Hi, I'm Stu,
I'm Lynn.
and this is HiFi PiG's weekly news that we bring to you every Friday. I think the big news this week for us is all about HiFi shows. We've got a month off, so we're sort of missing the shows, but we're also looking forward to shows. Anyway,
Yeah, we've later on in the news, we've got the dates for next year's Northwest Audio Show, which is one of our favourite shows to go to in the UK.
how a show should be done.
Definitely how a show should be done. Great fun day out for all the family. Brilliant. So yeah, that's coming up. But also a little further afield, we're off next month to Hong Kong for the Hong Kong AV show.
I'm very excited about
Really excited about that. It's going to be the first Asian show that we've covered.
Yeah, I've not been to Hong Kong before. I know you haven't, so it's going to be one of those that I don't really know what to expect. Like I said, I've never been to Hong Kong, so it's sort of one of those great unknowns. But I know there's going to be lots of British brands there, as well as I'm sure loads of brands that we're not all that familiar with. So we'll do our usual coverage of the show and bring you all the photographs from that. What else have we got?
We'll take you through the news. There's actually been quite a busy week for news this week. We weren't expecting it to be. It being another holiday week, so it's Bastille Day in France. So merry Bastille Day to all our French.
Merry Bastille Day.
Our French viewers. So yeah.
Oh, Michael Fiddler asked a question. If you want to ask a question, down below, you can ask it in the comments down below. Also, do the usual, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you would. Thank you very much, please. Thank you. Come again. So here's the news.
Cord Company has upgraded its Shoreline Analog Interconnect with its recently introduced XLPE insulation, creating, they say, the best performing Shoreline cable yet, the Cord Company Shoreline X array. The Shoreline range is comprehensive, with a dedicated tone-arm cable, mini jack options, HDMI, power and speaker cables, plus a variety of digital connections, with prices starting from £210. Tile Yard London has now launched the Gallery, a space that reflects the future of sound, bringing the work of expert producers, artists and composers from the studio to an open social space will present immersive sound to guests with a system by Danish hi-fi and audio brand Dyn Audio. We are delighted to announce our exclusive collaboration to provide news content for the new hi-fi forum, the HiFi Asylum. The HiFi Asylum promises to be different from other forums, not least because it operates a paid-for membership policy and has zero tolerance for behaviour that is likely to result in members feeling intimidated or unable to express their own opinions. It is this inclusive aspect of the HiFi Asylum that impressed us most, and why we felt we had finally found a HiFi forum that we can get behind and support. HiFi PiG's Lynn and Stu will be attending and reporting from the Hong Kong AV Show 2023 next month. At HiFi PiG, we are well known for our comprehensive, informative and exciting coverage of hi-fi shows and events around the world, and we are thrilled to be invited to the Hong Kong show. We'd like to thank Rebecca Chin and her team at show organisers Audio Technique for accommodating us during our visit. We're looking forward to bringing our readers the best that the Hong Kong show has to offer, both from brands that you are familiar with to new, exotic and high-end delights that we hope to snoofle out during our visit. We would also like to thank Stratton Acoustics. The luxury British loudspeaker brand is the HiFi PiG coverage sponsor for the Hong Kong AV Show 2023. The new anniversary Linsondek LP1250 limited edition turntable was designed with the creative collective Love From, headed up by Sir Johnny Ive, best known for his work with Apple. There will be only 250 LP1250s, and they're available on a first-come, first-served basis from £50,000, $60,000 or €59,500. Steinway Lingdorf has announced a music streaming update for all their multi-channel processors, which includes the addition of Tidal Connect with Dolby Atmos music. This allows users to play thousands of Dolby Atmos music albums. They are specifically recorded or remixed in certified Dolby Atmos studios to give the listener a totally new, fully immersive sound experience. Dolby Atmos music is available for all Tidal HiFi Plus members. Following the launch of the new 2023 Magico S3 loudspeaker announced at the end of last year, Magico has now announced the brand new Magico S Sub 2023. The new second generation S Sub has been developed from concepts taken from the Magico Titan 15 subwoofer. It features a pair of new front-firing 13-inch drivers that each have a super stiff aluminium cone. The sub has a rigid aluminium enclosure, Class D amplifier capable of 3,200 watts, and a DSP-based crossover with a new screen on the rear panel for easy calibration. Pricing is from $18,650 for the soft touch finish and $22,000 each for the gloss. The Northwest Audio Show at Cranage Hall in Cheshire, UK, is one of the most popular UK hi-fi shows, with both visitors and exhibitors loving the annual event. Get the dates in your diary for next year. The show will be over the weekend of the 22nd and 23rd of June 2024, and we hope to see you there. OG Technics and Vestax is a Bristol-based company specialising in the service, repair and modification of Technics SL1200 and 1210 turntables, Vestax PDX 2000 turntables and vintage mixers. The Technics SL1200 in all its forms is enjoying great popularity in the audiophile world too. Regular readers will know that a pair of 1210s and a 1200G are in daily use here at HiFi PiG Towers, and they've just been joined by a rejuvenated Mark II 1210 that Ollie at OG literally brought back to life for us. Following on from the news that the Win Pro gained Rune Ready certification last week, this week we have the news that Henley Audio, the UK distributor for Klipsch, Project, Synthesis, Hi-Fi Rose, Musical Fidelity and several other hi-fi brands, is now distributing WIM in the UK and Republic of Ireland.
So that was this week's news, so quite a lot of interesting stuff there.
Yeah, I did mention the catchphrase thing that Michael Fiddler, who makes, apparently I don't know because I've not had them in the house, but he does make very good and very affordable phono stages, I've been told. But last week we discussed briefly a radio show that I used to do up in the northeast of England called The Midnight Train to Doomsville, and I mentioned one of the catchphrases that we had there, and Michael asked the question in the comments about what the other catchphrase that we didn't mention was. Well, the other catchphrase was skin up, which I don't know what it meant, but somebody said it had something to do with jazz cigarettes and all that kind of thing. It was a different time and a very different epoch, wasn't it?
It was,
Yeah.
most definitely.
So what else have we got to talk about? We've got
There's the OG Technics and Vestax service company, our friend in Bristol.
Yeah, Ollie, that he's just fixed one of our turntables, the SL1210 Mark II from Technics, and he's done. I've known him for quite a while now, Ollie. He's done a fantastic job with it. I made a complete balls up of it, and it was basically a Technics jigsaw when
we
he
sent
got
him a
it.
box of bits, basically, didn't we?
It was a complete mess. Anyway, he's brought it back to life, and now he's set up his own company called OG Technics and Vestax.
Yes.
Where he's fixing Technics and Vestax mixers and all the rest of it. Not strictly hi-fi, but I'm sure if you went to him and said, I want this turn arm fitting, blah, 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 he'll be able to sort you out, and he's very reasonably priced as well.
And a nice guy to deal with.
Yeah, he's sound ass, isn't he?
Top bloke.
Yeah, top bloke. Nice one, Ollie. And all the best with the business. Wish you every success. You will be a success because you're that kind of guy. So next is...
We've got our partnership with the Hi-Fi Asylum. the new HiFi forum, which is something new for us because we've not really had much interaction with HiFi forums before, but these are a bit different.
No, I haven't been on a forum for, crikey, I bet it's over 10 years now. I found them fairly, what's the word I'm looking for? Toxic places, where it was a case of the people that shouted the most tended to get sort of heard and listened to, and they controlled the narrative. And HiFi Asylum, I met them at the Munich high-end show while Lynn was doing her Women in Hi-Fi group meeting. And basically they've set up this forum, and it's a paid forum, which makes it different from the offing. And the whole concept is they won't allow any bullying in there. They will allow people to express their opinions in the proper way that they should be expressed without fear of being shouted down or screamed at. And I hope that it's a great success, and we're going to be providing with a sole provider of news for that forum. So that's the HiFi Asylum. I'll put a link down in the bit below, so that if it's of interest, I think it's about $197 a year or whatever it is. It's less than $200 a year to join, and I think it's a really good idea to have that kind of forum that's really strict, really a safe place, I suppose, without wanting to be too sort of PC about it all. What else have we got?
There's of course, the big news, that Lynn turntable.
Oh, crikey, yeah, that caused quite a bit of...
It caused quite a stir, because it's quite an expensive turntable.
How much is it, Lynn?
It's from £50,000. So that's Lynn celebrating their 50th anniversary with the collaboration with the guy that basically did a lot of the Apple design.
All right.
So you can sort of see that there is that touch of Apple in there, but it still is an LP12. You wouldn't think it was anything else.
It's a really cool thing, actually.
It is a cool thing, a very clever marketing idea as well, because you're then opening Lynn up to people that maybe never even heard of Lynn before or didn't know about them. So there may be more collaborations with them to come, but they're sort of being fairly tight-lipped on that at the moment. So
you see, I think there was a complete furore about it on social media when we ran the news on this. And yeah, it's a lot of money, but you're not compelled to go out and buy it. So if you ain't got 50 grand to spend on a turntable, you ain't going to buy it. But they're making 250, and my thoughts are, well, why not?
I imagine they're all sold already.
They're all sold already. What else do we have? I think that's about it. We'll be back next week with hopefully more news. Oh, last thing, we have got one review this week. It's of the Von Gaylord Harmony preamplifier that Janine's reviewed for us. It's a really cool product. Normally they do, well, they're quite famous for their valve and tube amplifiers, but this is a solid state preamplifier. It's about £5,000. The link's down below. Have a read of it. It's a really interesting product and a really interesting review. Talking about new things, we're very excited, aren't we?
Yes, we have a new amplifier in the house.
What is it, Lynn?
We have an electric companion.
Yeah, I reviewed the new electro companion monoblocks, but we can't afford the monoblocks, so we bought the one of the stereo amplifiers. Actually, it's a stereo amplifier that doubles as a monoblock if you run it in a certain way. And also we got the new Vinius preamp that we've had specially made. More about that in a separate video that I'm going to do on the whole HiFi PiG reference system. But from me and from her, that's the news for this week from HiFi PiG. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.